In a busy city, a few traffic officers were testing their brand new speed detector when suddenly, a taxi zoomed past them at an insane speed, so fast that their device completely glitched out. Before they could even react, the taxi had already merged onto the highway. The cops standing on the roadside were left completely stunned because that taxi had just blown past them at full speed. One of the officers quickly checked his speed gun, and what he saw made his eyes go wide open. The radar showed a speed of 306 kilometers per hour. Both officers looked at each other, speechless. They just couldn't believe what they had seen. Meanwhile, that same taxi sped ahead and reached another area where more police officers were stationed on the roadside. The moment it flew past them, the blast of wind was so powerful that it knocked down all their bikes. Now, inside the taxi, we see a pregnant woman sitting in the back seat. She's in labor pain, and her husband is beside her, panicking. They desperately need to reach the hospital before it's too late. The driver, seeing the urgency, decides to take a shortcut, but that shortcut accidentally leads straight onto a racetrack, where a high-speed car race is already happening. The taxi bursts onto the track just as the leading race car is about to cross the finish line. The race driver glances in his mirror, confused. What the hell? A taxi? He thinks the taxi is actually trying to challenge him for the win, so he hits the accelerator even harder, refusing to give way. But the taxi driver, desperate to save the pregnant woman, refuses to back down. At the next sharp turn, he pulls off a perfect drift, skillfully sliding past the race car and taking the lead. The crowd gasps. The taxi had just won the race by accident. Without even realizing it, the taxi driver had crossed the finish line first, but he doesn't stop. He speeds straight off the track and heads toward the hospital. Finally, with one last epic drift, the taxi screeches to a halt right in front of the hospital entrance. The doctors and nurses rush out and immediately take the woman inside. Thanks to the driver's insane skills, she reached the hospital just in time. Her husband turns to the driver, overwhelmed with gratitude, and says, "Thank you so much, man. You saved our lives." The taxi driver gives a small smile and replies, "You're welcome, but I don't even have a driver's license."